No need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know. Breathe.
Thousands of years ago, the Buddha taught you are what you think.
I am love. I am peace.
I am joy.
I am silly.
I am powerful.
So a modern philosopher coined the phrase that you are what you eat.
I am organic vanilla ice cream.
I'm chia seeds.
I'm a good, strong cup of coffee in the morning.
I am mac and cheese.
Today, like millions of my human sisters and brothers on planet Earth,
I'm becoming mindful about what I eat, what I think.
but lately, I've been thinking about this.
I watch what I eat, but do I watch what I watch?
What about what I feed my mind, my heart, and my soul?
At Conscious Good, we believe you are what you watch.
You are what you watch.
Anytime you watch something that causes your soul to hurt, there's an impact.
So what's the answer?
At Conscious Good,
We think it's about feeding our minds the same way that we feed our bodies.
with nourishing choices.
After all, if media can have a negative influence on behavior, it can also have a positive one.
It's been proven that if we watch TV shows and videos about people helping others,
Cooperating and being generous.
It can actually influence us to be more altruistic and kind to one another.
Talk about paying it forward.
So next time you sit down to watch your comfort movie,
consider how you will feel afterwards. Will you be happy and energized?
That's because maybe, just maybe,
What you watch.
Read
And listen to.
matters.
I am what I watch, so I watch what I watch.
I am nourished.
I am inspired.
I am enlightened.
I am a celebration.
I am conscious.
I am conscious.
I am conscious.
I am good.
I am good.
I am good.
We
We
We are.
are.
We are.
We are conscious good.
Everyone wishes to live their best life. We experiment with various ways to achieve that, whether it is through study, competing, finding a partner, working hard, or admiring someone who inspires you. It is the quality of our inner being that does it all, or grapples with fulfilling life's calling. For the past 20 years, the Brahma Kumaris in Washington, D.C. has been a space for any and everyone to enter into and experience one's soul calling. From 1997, the center opened in an old rickety house on Georgia Avenue in Silver Spring, Maryland, where cars and trucks that passed by would shake the space. But when you were inside, it was a peaceful and powerful sanctuary for all who visited. Since then, over 2,500 events, 17 city and nationwide initiatives, 21 awards, 2 meditation museums have served youths, senior citizens, entrepreneurs, scientists, authors, women, interfaith, the disabled, environment, small businesses, arts seekers, and even leaders. Millions of lives have been served, either through social media, the popular America Meditating radio show, or through exhibitions, lectures, partnerships, and programs held in the meditation museums and centers. We look at 20 years of service as a continued journey of love, courage, wisdom, and determination with friends from diverse backgrounds and thought who believe a better world is possible when we make ourselves better human beings. Meditation is an important tool that helps us to gain greater clarity, insights, and inner power so we can make healthy choices and amplify our capacity to live a full life. In times of great anxiety, insecurity, and fear, meditation is an essential practice for everyone to gain stability and inner strength. Just look at what a few dedicated, purposeful, and kind group of committed people have been able to achieve in 20 years. Thanks to everyone who have supported us along the way. And thanks in advance to those who believe in our work and power of intent. Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museums, where peace is inside.
It's Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco, California, and I am here to say that I love watching The Next Normal with Sister Jenna. I get transformed, I am inspired, it's deep, it's wise, it's wonderful, just like her. I hope you're watching it too.
Sweet divine, you know my soul in intimate light. You guide me with a map of signs. Let me know that it's all right. It's all right. Sweet divine, when we speak in deepest prayer, in the silence feel you there. Like you're always so aware of me. And in these conversations, you help me see the way. These conversations, my unique offering. These conversations, the healing that is mine. Oh, sweet divine, sweet divine, in your gaze I'm never alone. You lead me back to heart and home. Help me hear the truest tone who I am. Sweet divine, even when I'm living asleep, forgotten how to listen deep, you find a way to sing to me. help me see the way. These conversations, my unique offering. These conversations, the healing that is mine to claim. Oh, sweet divine, sweet divine.
Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight. And I hope you enjoyed our session with Amandine Roche. It was so powerful in terms of the work that she's been doing and the importance of really, really empowering women in these particular times. And it's not just women, it's everyone. Male, female, young, old, rich, poor, Democrat, Indian, black, white, Chinese. This pandemic has definitely invited each and every one of us to look deeply within ourselves. And the question is sometimes, well, what do we do with all that deep reflection? You know, if you can't go to a party, you can't go to a restaurant, you can't see your relatives, well, what do you do? Right, Santosh? Like, how long are you going to go in deep reflection? And as Kristen Hoffman's beautiful song was emanating about the sweet divine, this song, this expression of an intimate conversation with the one above. So you stay at home and you've done your Zoom meetings for the day, so to speak. You've cooked food perhaps, or the kids are around and you've helped them with school and things are moving around and you're in the same place for weeks, for months. Maybe you might have gone to the shopping mall or the shopping center to get food, or maybe you're just ordering it on Amazon and having it delivered to your doorstep, hoping that nobody comes to your doorstep to take it. But you're inside. Physically, you're inside. Mentally, you're inside. Isn't that interesting? Mentally, you're inside. Physically, you're inside. So what do you do when you're inside so much and you're inside for so long? What do you do with those thoughts? Are those thoughts connected to what's happening between you and your spouse? Are you reaching a tipping point in which you're having to face each other in ways that you haven't in your entire marriage? No one can go to work now to escape each other for a few hours to come back and then only revolve around the kids and food, and then really not really look at each other. So now you've got each other to look at 24/7, and then you've got the children who you love so much, and yet there are times you want them to go out and play, and then there are times you want them to come back in. And you don't know if you want them out or you want them in. What an interesting quandary we find our minds in. I mean, what are our thoughts going through right now? What are your thoughts going through right now? Please, feel free to put it in the comments on Facebook, on Twitter, or even on YouTube. What are your thoughts telling you on a day-to-day basis? You wake up in the morning, what do you think? It's another day? Are you thinking about a project that you have a due date on? Did you even sleep well that night? Are you thinking about that cup of coffee? I know that's one of the things I think about in the morning when I get up, is making that amazing brewed cup of coffee with the froth in the top, you know, that wonderful way the milk is done. And then what? What are your thoughts between your bedroom and the kitchen to get your coffee? Then what do? You sit for a while? Do you have your phone with you? Are you checking messages? Did message come in between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. in the morning, or whatever time you get up? Did you miss anything between that time? Unless you have a particular time zone that you're working with in your job where it's beyond your time capacity, you think anyone's going to be posting something that you really need to see? What are your thoughts making you do, even first thing in the morning? Where are you inside? What's pulling you? What are you nurturing? Are you taking care of yourself? Have you found the inner will and the inner resilience to think what you want to think, when you want to think it, and for how long you want to think that thought? Have you had feelings and you're not quite sure where they are coming from? I was talking to my wonderful friend who came by to visit me today. We were sitting in our meditation room, in our Baba's room, 6 feet of distance, wearing masks. So don't worry, I'm complying by the CDC rules. And we were talking about the same thing, that as I use this particular period in my life to take this time to go in, I find that the deeper I go, I'm also identifying layers of blockages that I'm not too clear on what they define. Why are they there? What are they connected to? But when I go in and I encounter it, either I come to a stop. So I'm going to ask you if you found yourself coming to a stop, or I will go back into the surface, think something that's happening outside of my reality, my current world of reality and truth, or I just sit there numb, kind of not really focusing on consciously thinking something I want to think. Please give me a thumbs up if I'm talking to anyone out there, if you've been there. But it's that part that I've been curious about. And I've been there before. It's you go inwards in your consciousness. So it's a little bit like this, right? Let's say you're listening to The Next Normal. And by the way, I was just telling Santosh how much I love, you know, those of you who come every night and the community that you have formed with each other. With each other. Not just even with us. Oh, and by the way, Lakshmi is back in town. So she's going to be here for another 2 weeks. So I'm sure she'd be happy to hear all of your hellos and welcoming her and stuff. She's giving a class now in the next room, so that's why she's not able to come out to say hello to everyone. If you're joining us for the first time, sorry if you're not understanding anything I'm saying right now, but you'll catch up in time. Anyway, as we sat in the meditation room, we were just looking at these blockages, and they're connected to emotions. And when you look at emotions, you can sometimes connect them to an experience that you've had in the past, not one of the future. Even though you might think that you want something of the future, if it's still coming from an influence of the past, all you're doing is repeating what has happened to you. And you're going to do it in your future. Unless you're crystal clear in your present moment that you are so convinced and you're so aware that your living energy, the pure energy that you are, is actually a soul that is supposed to be completely detached from its own story, then there's no way you can be creating a future that is absolutely brighter than 1,000 suns. And I've been investigating this. And again, this is just my opinion. And of course, you can take it in the way that you wish. And I have to tell you what I've been learning in the Brahma Kumaris. I've seen it. There's so many of us that have the answers for things, do life in the best way possible. And still, we lack enough finances to pay our bills. Health is an issue. There's always somebody in your connection, whether it's a family member or a friend or a colleague at work, where there isn't love between the both of you. There isn't trust. There's still something lacking. Even though you feel that you offer the right tools to the relationship, you still get something back in return that you weren't expecting. So what are these thoughts doing to us, you know? And if we have to master our thoughts and our feelings, where do we begin? Where do we begin? So we're at home. You make your cup of coffee. Are you really scrolling through your phone with that information that doesn't have much help or assistance to give you something to build your mental capacity? Is there a thought in your consciousness that's willing to take advantage of the early morning hours? Looking at the early morning hours as the bath for the soul, the shower for the soul, the food for the soul, the breakfast for the soul. What are the thoughts that you wish to create the first thing in the morning that will carry certain feelings that will take you up above? I'm asking you a lot of questions to do a lot of percolating tonight. And I want to go back to the whole notion of emotions. Where do these emotions come from? You're either for the first time finding a place of truthfulness with yourself, that you feel a sense of vulnerability, or you feel a sense of softness where you start to feel like something inside of you is getting healed. And that's a very powerful moment to have, when you tap into something inside of yourself. And it's a truthful moment. And that truthful moment signals to you as an emotion. You feel like crying, or you feel vulnerable. That's telling you you're getting closer to moving into a place of healing yourself. Maybe something you've wanted to do for a very long time. And being at home with this pandemic, you are facing yourself in ways that you never have. It's a very powerful thing. I mean, what have you become as a result of these past few months? Are you finding yourself in a place in your head you really don't know what to do with your day? And if you were to put a camera in your house and that camera would capture your movements all day, you might notice that you've been in the fridge 20 times and barely took anything out of it. You might have even gone to make yourself a few cups of tea. You might have gone into one room or another room. Maybe you've looked through the windows, just looking at the nature of the stuff and just thinking. Maybe you've opened up your closet. Maybe you've made some changes and changed your clothes, maybe 2-3 times today. I know that today we went outside and played a little badminton after we filmed 3 programs this morning. So we went out and played just a little bit of badminton just to move the body. I was sharing in one of my earlier programs, I want to exercise. It's really important to me, and I've not been able to find the inspiration. So badminton has become a kind of a sweet way to get me out there and move my body a little bit, even if it's just for 15 minutes, just to move. You know you are the master, right? You know you don't need something from the outside to remind you of your mastership. You know that each time you pause in the middle of your day every hour on the hour, and you listen to what your own thoughts are telling you, that you have the innate power and the mastership is my new word, but your self-mastery to decide what you want to think, what you want to feel. The thing is, we have depended so much on the external environment of our lives to trigger the thoughts. And now that so much has been pulled away from us, you know, people, sports, parties, even going to work, relationships. Now we've got us. Now we have to relate to ourselves. We have to build a proper, healthy, balanced relationship with the self. And that requires pretty simple, clear knowledge of the soul, the energy that's governing the body, the energy that's actually speaking through my lips and my mouth to you, the soul that's actually looking through these two eyes with you, at you, even though it's through a lens. My physical eyes might not see you, but my eye of wisdom, the third eye, sees you. And so as we're understanding that if I can balance the energy of my soul, which means how much do I observe if my thoughts are coming from the innate remembrance and experience of who I really am, that pure and peaceful soul. How much am I able to think from that paradigm, that understanding, that awareness? And whenever I'm able to do that, I'm building my self-mastery. And the feelings will follow. And when the feelings are following the mastery, the feeling of the original innate sense of the self, of the soul, then when I come into action with you, what you're receiving is a balanced human being. Not someone who's off track. Not someone who's got so many issues and we've gotten comfortable with just being in a tribe of people with a lot of issues. I don't think there's a day that has passed me so far during this pandemic that I don't go inside of myself and ask, what am I learning here? I've shared with everyone around me, like, I have no idea how all of this is going to unfold later on, but I do know for right now, I've got to become a better version of myself post-COVID. We've ended up in this position because of algae, because we haven't been very nice to ourselves. We haven't been nice to each other. We have not been peaceful with each other because we've just not been peaceful with ourselves. There's nothing better than, you might even want to call the lockdown solitary confinement, but with the exception that we still have our laptops and our cell phones, which gives us some distractions. And it's okay, I get that. That's why I opened up our program. How long can you stay in? How much positivity can you listen to and really believe it and feel it and know it? To what extent are you able to apply what you are learning? This is the magic trick. That you can come into action with what you have realized about your power, your mastery. That you can actually emerge from this pandemic an awakened, balanced, master? Is your mind, intellect, personality, and sanskars in check? Do they follow your directions, you the soul? Does your mind listen to you? Does your intellect make choices that's connected to your truth? And does your personality, your sanskaras, do they sit comfortably in you? Or do you need a distraction? Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create emotions. If emotions are not being fulfilled, they create desires. Desires are an illusion. To what extent am I spending time inside my home having thoughts that are an illusion versus the thoughts that are true? Thoughts that are focused on building my character, my sense of worth, confidence, generosity of spirit, strength, inner strength. For the next half hour, I wanted us to go into a deep dive for tonight's Next Normal. To really look at these questions that I've raised for us tonight, to explore them deeply and sincerely. So I'm inviting you to get a pen and paper if it's possible, or your notepad on your phone or your iPad. And as these meditations play out for you tonight, please check internally. Have you been able to really think what you want to think? When you want to think it? And for how long you want to have that thought? Because what a master is a soul in complete control of its thoughts, feelings, choices. Imagine if you could even recognize after tonight, even 5 minutes, that you were able to capture what you want to think, what you want to feel, and what choice you want to make to keep you, the soul, in power. And to not be so unfocused or just moving around, just trying to pass time in the house, like there's no timetable, there's no discipline. I'm just going to try to find something to do. I don't know what to do. From the first thing in the morning, you get your cup of coffee or your tea, write down what's a priority for the day. What is it that you must get done? And then put all the other pieces down that you think you want to somehow address for the day. Let your folks continue to develop a discipline and a practice to go where you want it to go. And it just shouldn't go where it shouldn't be. Those blocks that I talked about earlier, they're deep. They're from previous lives. Experiences that perhaps left me traumatized, confused, grief-struck. Because of attachment, I feel like I've lost someone or I've lost something. If there was love in my personality, I won't have a sense of grief. And I won't feel a sense of loss because I'll know it's all a part of nature. But we are not in that place. And there is still attachment. So what are those blocks that are distracting you from seeing you and being able to master the real you that wants to shine and stand strong in the midst of any storms that comes your way. Because what the block will do, it'll make you run away from your storms. Or it will make you blame someone for your storms. Both are a waste of time. But if you actually clear out the block, you'll be able to just break through anything that comes in front of you to challenge you. You'll be like, I got this. I'm not about to let my past interpretations, which are thoughts, make me believe I can't handle this, or I can't be this, or I can't attract this. Do you understand why the whole notion of meditation and connection to God is so important? The more you invest your thought, energy, and vibration into the vortex and into the vibration and into the love of the Supreme Being, Baba, there will be a change. There will be something stirring up inside of you. And little by little, events and situations will keep coming and going. They're simply there to become mirrors for you to see. Have you become a master yet? Are you thinking what you want to think? Are you feeling what you want to feel? And are you making the choices that you know you need to make your future brighter? Well, I hope I'm triggering some thoughts and ideas here, and it's a very meaningful topic, because, not to say this with any arrogance, but everything in my being knows thoughts are everything. And as much as it seems so simple to address them, to redirect them, to reshape them, because of the energy of that past or those subtle blocks in your personality, we don't change them. They're almost like a piece of paper on the floor in your house that you pass by for a month and you just don't pick it up. It just stays there, and you get so cozy knowing that the rubbish or the garbage or the clothes or the stuff is there for a month or two, and you just accept, yeah, that's just how it looks. That's what those subtle blocks are like. When you've stopped paying attention and stop being honest with the self, you allow the blocks not only to stay there, but to even grow momentum, because they're not being addressed. And if those blocks are rolling over thoughts that are based on the blockage, then that's what I'm also rolling over in the future. So, I hope I'm not sounding like a big old grumpy mother. But I was thinking a lot about that today. This block that you get to, and you know there's something that you're still holding on to. Lakshmi was sharing with me a story of somebody who, doesn't matter what you tell her, when you tell her what you tell her, she has her own mind set in what she wants to believe, and even though what she's believing isn't true, and the whole family's telling her it's not true, she can't hear it. It's a karmic block. And so Lakshmi was asking me, what should we do? What can we do to help? I says, the only thing that can help that soul is to be honest. Why doesn't she want to see what she doesn't want to see? What a master does, a master will not run away from itself. A master will face itself and will deal with whatever it has to deal with head on, and with the conviction, victory is their birthright. All right, I got to pause here, because the intention in the program for today was to take us into a deep meditation for this evening. Get your notebooks and your pens and paper and whatever, and go inside. Today's next normal is all about guiding us to valuing what is important inside and how to bring it to fruition, how to come into action. It's really important. So, you ready for the journey? Ready? Thumbs up. Everyone's okay? Have I percolated some important questions for you tonight? Is anything getting touched? Are you feeling an awakening? Are you ready for your next normal? Take a deep breath. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out.
Sit relaxed. Let the mind be still. And let yourself step into your inner silence. I focus the energy of my thought, the center of my forehead. I, the point of light, a point of eternal peace. I go to my home, and in my home, I see, I feel the one who is the supreme source of life, the one who is eternally benevolent to all things. The one who is called the eternal truth, the eternal light. And as I come closer and closer, I begin to understand how this being is so pure and remains constantly positive, constantly true. The one who has the knowledge of this universe and of my life. The one who is the supreme source of truth. The one whose state of being knows no sorrow, nor gives any pain or sorrow to any other being. Being truth, the Supreme Being is in a constant state of freedom. And as I come closer and closer, I realize I too must become true. I'm inspired to become totally free, free of all selfish desire. Because in this state of freedom, I recall, I remember my original purity. To be pure is to be real. To be pure is to be natural. The pure is never violent, can never give pain or suffering. The pure maintains the law of life, and the law of life is love. The Supreme Being is the source of love, unconditional love. In essence, my original quality is also of selfless love, but I had forgotten it. But as I come closer to the source, I begin to remember and I begin to experience that pure love once again. This is the love that accepts me. And in this acceptance, I am nurtured, I am healed, my heart opens, my heart begins to trust and to believe in life. Love, the Supreme Source, is love. A love that forgives, a love that gives, a love that allows me to be myself, allows me to be what I truly am. A love that does not interfere or possess. A love that gives space and growth. And as I sit here in silence with you, the supreme benevolent energy, I absorb your rays of love deep into myself. And as I absorb, I am given the courage to change. I am given the faith to believe in myself once again. Your rays of spiritual love make me feel confident that transformation and growth will be achieved. Your love gives me peace. I am at peace with myself. I am in harmony with myself, and I am learning through your love to be in harmony with others. There is no conflict. There is no pain. I'm free. Love gives me the contentment of knowing my true self, but also knowing you, the benevolent one. You never forget who you are. I forget. I forget my value. I forget to respect myself. I forget that all things are within me eternally. Your love helps me to remember. In this link of life, in yoga, with you, I remember who I am. Let me remain in this remembrance of your purity and my original purity, your peace and my original peace, your love and my original love. You gently guide me back to myself. I have awoken. My consciousness is filled with positivity. My attitude is renewed. with love and with understanding. Love and understanding.
I accept myself now. My past, my aspirations, my hopes, my dreams, my achievements, and my mistakes all merge within the present moment. I relax into who I am. I accept myself as I am. I tune into the silent stillness of my being and connect with the original qualities of my spirit. Gentleness, strength, happiness, with gentleness, I live a life of love. Not control, love. I have the strength to pursue my own journey, to find truth, and to live truth. When I am at one with the love inside me, I experience happiness. In the pure simplicity of my spirit, I find only love. Not the desire to control or direct, but real love. A love that surrounds me in gentleness and acceptance, contentment and humility. I am love. I allow the experience of love, not seeking it externally, but recognizing it as part of my inner nature. I feel the power of this love uplifting me and awakening my innate divinity. I become love. I allow love to radiate through my spirit and reveal itself in my thoughts, my words, my actions. I observe without judgment, and I reveal love. I speak without arrogance, and I teach love. I act without complexity, and I become love. As I become love, I become divine. I am divine, and my life expresses the pure gentleness of my spirit. I feel a deep sense of belonging to the world, and the world belonging to me. Through the power of my own divinity, I cooperate with love's task of revealing truth. And healing the world.
Mm. I hope you got some answers today. And Santosh was asking me while in meditation, how are desires really bad, sister? You know, sometimes I wish for Baba's service to be better. Is that a desire? And the answer would be, if I'm wishing for Baba's service to be better because I think it's a lack, then that's a desire. And so even though I want something good for us as a unit, if the energy that I am feeding that vision is restricted or limited or is in a powerless state, then I won't get what I want, but that desire stays fed in my system. So if it's the future, like I said, the future, we all are going to get something in the future. We all are living energies, and energy will always manifest something for the future. So let's say I want to see Baba's task, the work that we're doing to impact our lives and everyone else in the world. And that's coming from a conviction. This is really good for the human spirit. Then that's not a desire, that's like a vision that's pulling you. And nothing will get in your way to stop that vision from occurring. But if you have the thought or the feeling and everything is getting in your way, there is a weak thought, which means there is a thought, there is something recorded in you that's holding you back. Again, it goes back to my thoughts about the blockages and how we have to look at those. Anyway, did everybody enjoy the session tonight? Do you all feel like you've become masters this evening? Thumbs up. It's okay if you give me a thumbs down. It's all right. It makes me into a better person. I don't mind. I might get sensitive because sometimes maybe I feel I've put my all in it, but maybe I had some attachment to it, so that's the only reason I'd get sensitive. But if really your thoughts and your wishes for me are pure, and you're really telling me what I need to hear to be better, I won't be sensitive if I'm coming from a pure place. Do you get it? You see what's happening all up here? And you have to love what Baba has taught us, because Baba's really taught us about soul consciousness and how we need to really recognize how the soul functions and what it needs to do. So, thanks to everybody that joined in today. Asmita, lots of love in India. Nancy, beautiful to have you. Indu, Samantha, S. Watson, you're welcome for the clarity. Dr. Kailash Sakdev, Om Shanti. Bika Aruna, amazing. Lovely to have you. Denise, beautiful to have you on. Beautiful heartfelt words. Thank you so much. George, everyone, no matter how hard is your journey, make it a beautiful fight. Don't forget to smile, to love, to take care of yourself. I may be down now, but tomorrow I'll rise again. Beautiful, George. Keep up the energy. You're asking if I would offer you a beautiful red rose, just like your kind heart and soul. Thank you. Words really mean a lot. Welcome, George. Very nice to have you. Nice. Welcome to the clan. Praveen, remove selfish desires and accept, love, and understand. Yes. Bryn, Miracle Mary, nice to have you. It's been a long time. Susanna, Om Shanti. Mary Kohler, nice to have you on again. Susanna, Nikki, Carlene, Barty, Shobha, Grace. I hope our little puppy's doing well. We just found out from Happy's testing she doesn't have a bacteria, but we think she has stones. So I'm going to have to get her tested this week. So poor little baby, she's been having a rough 2 weeks, but we're doing our best to take care of her. Thank you, everyone, for your thoughtfulness, your pure vibrations, your love, your willingness to transform your lives and make it better. Gosh, I really wish there was a magic pill that you could take, or go into a magic machine and you would just wake up tomorrow completely transported. But I think the beauty is in the journey and the process that we take to actually make ourselves better. So have a lovely night and all the best. Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wise-ish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious.